Hey there, welcome to Your Pretty Pennies with Tara Jones. I'm Tara Jones, your financial success coach and financial educator. Today we're going to be talking about the best way to pay off your debt in collections. I am streaming both on Facebook and on Instagram Live, so when you join in, when you pop in, say hello, let me know your name, where you're from, your financial goal. As you know, I'm a financial success coach and I'm all about setting financial goals. And so one thing that I always ask every time I get on live is, what are your financial goals this year? Do you even have any goals? Have you ever set any? Right now I have the enrollment open for the financial reset, and that is the first thing we do in module 1. It's a 6-week course to where each week you get a new module in the course or new lesson, but then also you get Q&A sessions, coaching sessions with that, and also accountability group. And so that's the first thing we go over is, what are your financial goals? So I always start my live streams before I get into my content with, what are your financial goals? Just to kind of get it started, get that thought process going, because oftentimes we don't even take the time to set any, right? We don't even take the time to set our goals. And so definitely, if you're joining, whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live, let me know in the comments, what are your financial goals for this year? I would love to know. Today, we are going to be talking about the best ways to pay off your debt in collections, and I have 6 steps for you, all right? And so let's just jump right in. The reason why we need to pay off debt is because we need to be lighter, right? I say this on most of my videos. We need to become debt-free. 2018 is the year of financial breakthrough, the year of financial clarity, the year of financial transformation, and I want to help you with that. I want you to get a jump start on debt freedom, so that's why I am doing Debt-Free February. If you haven't caught any of the other videos where we talked about how to pay off auto loan, how to pay off mortgage, how to pay off personal loans, how to pay off credit card bills, all of those, I go through those individually, so you will have a customized plan for each type of debt, because each debt can be handled differently in order to pay them off faster and with less money, whether that's interest rate, whether you can make a deal to pay it off quicker. I give you all the tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve, right? So that's that. And so today we're going to be talking about debt and collections, and this is going to be handled differently than any other type of debt, especially debt that's in good standing. Debt that's in good standing, you have a monthly payment, and then you can put extra money on that balance, and you got a principal plus interest and all that. Once bills go to collections, it's just a flat fee that you have to pay. You don't have to worry about interest. You don't have to worry about anything else. You're just worried about that balance that you owe at the time your account was charged off, or your debt was sent to the collection agency. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do, this is step number 1. I hope y'all got your pens. I hope y'all got your paper. Y'all know I come with actionable tips. I come with actionable steps each and every time. So y'all should have a notebook with my name on it pretty much. I should make one, right? I should make one and sell it. So all the financial information I'm giving, y'all just have a notebook. Y'all can keep it right in the same place. But step number 1 is to print off your credit report, right? So you need to print off your credit report, because this is where you will see the detailed information of the debt collection agency. Oftentimes, we don't really pay attention to a debt until the phone is ringing and they're calling our names. But you may have debt in collections that when the debt collection agency is not calling you right now, right? There is a window of time in which a debt can be collected, and oftentimes a lot of debt collection agencies, they wait till that last year for it to be collected. So you can have something sitting on your credit report for 4 to 5 years and not even realize it, because the debt collection agency hasn't bugged you yet, right? So get the debts, and we're all about, again, if you are following me, if you are watching my videos, if you are consuming my content, my wish for you is to become completely debt free, and that's including addressing your situation, addressing your debts, paying back what you owe, getting this stuff together, right? So even though they're not bugging you, you're going to be proactive, right? We're going to be proactive, and we're going to say, what's all in my name? What debt is attached to my name? I'm getting it all cleared up. I'm creating a financial plan, hopefully inside the financial reset, if you need accountability, but also step-by-step details on how to do this, because this is not common knowledge, right? We didn't learn this growing up. We didn't learn this in school. And so everything that I put inside the financial reset, which you can find out at bit.ly/ the financial reset. It's also in the description. I put all this in there, right? But that's the first thing you have to do, is print off your credit report, and then also identify what debts you have in your name, right? Step number 2 is to send them a debt verification letter. This you can Google. There's debt verification letters all over the internet. Again, if you're in the financial reset, you get that supplied to you for free, the one that I created and the one that I use and the one that's most effective. But you can definitely Google some debt collection, debt verification letters, and you send that to each person that's on that list. I don't care if you talked to them before. I don't care if you've already created a payment plan or whatever the case is. Send that debt verification letter anyway, right? That way you have it on record that you actually owe the debt. Oftentimes, because we were making mistakes in the past or we have some things going on in the past, we just automatically assume that the debt is ours, or automatically assume that it's still they're still in the window of time in which they can collect. Remember, most debt can only be collected within 7 years. Some can be a little bit longer, some are a little bit shorter, but for the most part, it can only be collected for 7 years. And so if that debt was put onto your credit report more than 7 years ago, and you send them a debt verification letter, they have to basically state when the debt started, when they received the debt. And if it's more than 7 years ago, you're no longer obligated to pay that, and then you can dispute that off your credit report. So even though you are paying on something, even though you are, dealing with something, definitely still send a debt verification letter so you have the dates in which that debt went to them, so you'll know how long they have until they can collect from you, right? And you can type this up. Once you find it on the internet, you can type it up and put your name and information in there and plug it in there, or you can handwrite it, right? I've seen people do both. I've advised my clients on both. It just kind of depends on your personal preference. For me, when you handwrite it, from what I've seen with a lot of clients, handwriting it kind of gets a better result. Like, they will respond to it quicker when it's handwritten, because they know it's not like just arbitrarily generated. So you can definitely write it, or you can type it and then print it out, sign your name at the end, and when it was the date it was written or typed and everything else, right? And then you send it certified mail, right? So this is all part of step 2 with sending them a debt verification letter. Then you send it certified mail, you track it. And inside the debt verification letter, you're going to give them 30 days to respond with the validity of this debt, right? If they do not respond, this is a good one. Lean in on this one. If they do not respond within 30 days, and even though you are obligated and this was your debt, right? You can dispute it and get it written off your credit report, because if you send them a debt verification letter and they don't respond in 30 days, that is the FCLA. I think that's the act, like the law that states like they have to reply to you whenever you request verification of your debt. If they do not respond in the 30 days that you give them, you can go in and dispute that and get that off your credit report, right? So definitely make sure that you do that, and make sure you put in 30 days. If I do not hear anything, I am disputing this. This should be off my account. This should be closed. State that right in the letter. And most verification letters that you receive, that you will find, it has all of that language in it. Literally, all you got to do is copy and paste. All you got to do is write it, and you'll be good. Number 3. Once it's verified, so if it's not verified in 30 days, you can cancel it off your credit report, right? You can go into all 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, and say, hey, they did not verify this debt. Can I have this removed? Like, you can do that all online. If they do verify, right? If they send you a letter verifying that this is your debt, this is step number 3 is for you. You got to decide whether or not you're going to do a settlement or you're going to do a payment plan. Right? So let's say, for example, if the debt is for $2,000, if you want to do a settlement deal, what that means is you're going to offer them like 40 cents on the dollar, or 50 cents on the dollar, or 60 cents on the dollar, just to completely make the debt go away, and for them to delete the credit, the collection file off of your credit report, right? So that's the first thing that you can do. You can do a deletion deal where you offer and say, hey, I don't have the $2,000, I have $1,500, I have $1,200. Would you take this as full payment for my debt? Most of the time they're going to say yes, because they'll rather have something than nothing, right? So most of the time they will take 50%. They will take 60% of what you owe. And so once you do that, get that in writing. Have them send you a certified letter or an email with their letterhead on there, and make sure that that states that this is for a payment in full. Even though you only paying $1,200 and you owe $2,000, this is payment in full. I owe nothing else, right? My account with you was deleted, it's closed, everything is done, right? And then ask them for a deletion deal, which means that they report back to the credit bureau that you no longer owe that debt, and that gets taken off your credit report. The other thing that you can do for step 3, if you do not have a nice amount of money, a nice lump sum to give them, the next thing that you need to do is create a payment plan with them, right? And just like we did with the medical debt, we were talking about paying off medical debt, create a payment plan that is so reasonable for you that you know you will not mess it up, right? So let's say, for example, step 4 is create your monthly budget. But let's say, an example, once you create your monthly budget to determine how much extra you have a month outside of saving, giving, and paying off your living expenses, how much you have left over is $200, right? Or $500. You need to make a payment plan that's like $100 a month. Therefore, you know for a fact, if anything comes up in your future and your payment plan kind of gets shaken up a little bit, that you still have enough each month to keep that payment plan going, right? To keep that payment plan on track, because the whole point is we're trying not to lose momentum. When I paid off over $60,000 in debt a couple of years ago, that was the biggest thing for me. I could not stop. Like, I had to keep rolling. I didn't want anything to mess it up. So the first thing that I did was I put $2,000 in savings. You heard me say that before, saying it again. Before I started tackling any debt, whether it was in collections, whether it was anything else, I put money in savings and left it there for financial emergencies. And then the next thing I did, whenever I did my repayment plans, I made my monthly payments so reasonable with them that if anything came up in the future, that I know I could still meet that requirement, right? Because I didn't want anything else to sabotage my financial plan. I didn't want anything else to get worse. I was cleaning it up. I didn't want to feel bad. I didn't want to feel like I was backtracking, right? So therefore, again, if you have an extra $500 to throw at debt and you're trying to clean up your debt that's in collections, do $200 instead of $500. So that way, you know for a fact you will still pay $500 a month, right? That's step number 3. And 4 and 5 is putting as much money as you can towards the debt. But again, if anything happens, you're only obligated to pay the $200 instead of $500 or whatever. So make sure whenever you do your payment plan to negotiate a reasonable amount. I mean, more than reasonable amount for yourself. All right. Step number 4 is to create your monthly budget so you can determine how much disposable income you have right now. Again, I always put this in when I'm talking about paying off debt, because people do not realize the magic of monthly budgeting. Oftentimes, people don't know how much they get paid. They don't know how much income that they have coming in. They don't know how much money that they spend a month. They don't know how much they spend on food, on groceries, on clothes, on shoes. Like, they just allow their money to run them. They allow their emotions to run their money and their decision-making skills. And it's just like, we got to stop, right? So if you've been following me on any length of time, you already know I'm all about harnessing your financial power. You already have it. You cannot allow your emotions. You cannot allow your situation. You cannot allow your feelings. You cannot allow the weather. You cannot allow anything to disrupt your financial plan, your family, your friends, nobody. Literally, you have to create a financial plan. And again, that's what we do inside the Financial Reset. So if you're feeling like, well, I don't know how to create a financial plan, I don't know how to, not allow my emotions to run me, definitely get inside the Financial Reset, because we go through all of this. You can click the link bit.ly/the Financial Reset to learn more on what we go over. But you have to regain your financial power, and you have to realize that it starts with your monthly budget. The way to master your money is to know what you're doing with it. It's to have a plan for it. It's to allocate it before it actually comes in, right? This is not new to you. I know you heard it before. I know you heard about monthly budgeting. I know you heard about allocating your expenses. I know you heard about all of this. This is nothing new. And if you need some accountability, some coaching, someone to walk with you through this, again, that's what the Financial Reset is for. Enrollment is open right now until March 1st. You have until March 1st to get in. The doors are closing, and it's not opening up until this fall. So definitely get in here if you are ready to pay off debt, to build your credit, to increase your savings, to manifest the lifestyle you desire, use your income, master your money, all that and more. You definitely need to be inside the Financial Reset. All right, so number 4 was create a monthly budget so you can understand where you are financially and how much money you have right now to start paying off that debt and collections. Number 5, many of you probably already know, increase that income. Again, number 5 and 6, I say it for any type of debt repayment, you need to increase your income and decrease your expenses. That's step number 5, increase your income. Step number 6, decrease your expenses. You need to have a high disposable income if you want to pay off your debt fast. Point blank, period. So whatever it is that you need to do in order to increase your income this month, starting in March, starting in April, May, June, July, that is on the forefront of your mind. I'm sorry, but that trip you're planning should not be the trip you're planning if you desire to be debt-free, right? Because at the end of the day, what you're doing with your money when you go on that trip, you can be using it towards paying off debt and getting out of debt faster. I know I just messed up somebody's spring break trip. When I was paying off debt, there was no spring break. We went down the street to the YMCA and went to that indoor pool, right? And this is temporary, but this is for those who desire to be financially free. This is for those who desire to be debt-free. No success in any area of your life comes without sacrifice, right? You have to weigh the options. Okay, say, okay, am I going to take a trip, or am I going to use this money to pay off debt? Am I going to buy a new handbag, or am I going to use this money to become debt-free? It's all about what you desire. Am I going to save up and pay for a car, or am I going to get another auto loan? It's all about what you desire. So step number 5, increase your income. Help somebody, serve somebody. Be a personal shopper, dog sit, watch somebody's home, watch somebody's kids, get a second job, monetize your gift. Again, if you are a consultant and you know nonprofits like the back of your hand and know how they work and know how to write grants, right? You need to be monetizing that. You can help small businesses who are building nonprofit businesses write grants. You can help, anybody. You can help another company write grants, right? One thing that I did, I started monetizing my talents, gifts, and abilities before I built a business. I started helping people manage their monthly budget, right? They just paid me a couple of $100. I spent an hour or two with them, and this was like back in 2013, before I even built my business, and that gave me like some experience in doing that, but also it helped me pay off my debt so much quicker. So get creative. Take inventory of what you have, what skills you have that you can monetize, that you can help somebody in order to get paid for it and pay off debt faster. Number 6, decrease your expenses. Again, the only expenses that we are focusing on right now as we become debt-free in 2018 and beyond is the only thing we're doing is giving, saving, paying our living expenses, and the monthly payments that we have on things. And then we are putting any extra cash towards debt. You want to get out of debt faster? You want to clean up your credit score faster? You want to pay off those debt and collections faster? Put as much money you can on towards debt every month. There's no other way. There's no other trick. There's no other advice I have for you. Oftentimes when I'm doing seminars and I'm doing coaching and things like that, well, how can I get out of debt faster? Get your money up and put more money on your debt. There's no trick. There's no magic wand. There's no shortcut. Just like you got in it, you got to get out. And I was reading this book. I've been reading this book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And this book is so good. I've read this 3 times already. And I'm like a lifetime learner of money mastery. So even though I am a financial coach, I am a student of life. I can never learn too much financial wisdom. Like, that is one of the principles in this book, is always have somebody in front of you who's teaching you how to do the next level, right? So right now I have somebody teaching me how to invest, how to grow my money, how to grow my business, how to expand things, how to, afford the lifestyle that I want for my future family, all those different things. I have a coach. Yes, your favorite financial success coach has a coach, and everybody should. That's one of the major principles in here. But the other major principle is having self-respect. And one of the self-respect principles is paying off the debt that you've agreed to pay, right? You took out debt, you borrowed money, pay it back. Oftentimes we're trying to find a way out of the things that we signed up for. Yeah, we didn't realize what we was doing when we took out that student loan, or we didn't realize that not having adequate health insurance caused us to have all these bills. Like, okay, I get it. We were naive at one point in time, but it's time for you to get real and get ready and get prepared to start paying off your debt so you can become debt free. Because again, like I said in my other video, just imagine what you can do when you have like 30, 40, 50% of your income back that does not go towards a monthly payment every month? What could you do with that? How fast could you grow your business? How much can you spend on your children and on family vacation and just living a lifestyle that you desire, right? So if you truly desire that, you have to create a financial plan in order to get these things done, right? You have to become debt free if you want to be lighter, if you want to go further, faster, right? Take the weight of debt off of you. It's time. 2018 is time. No more excuses. No more waiting around. And if that is you, if you are ready to invest in your financial future, if you are ready to invest in some help, if you are ready to invest in education like you did in college, but yet you feel like you don't need to invest no more in your finances or any other education, you absolutely should. Again, that is a known principle. Listen to all the wise people before us: Dale Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, this guy George Clanson, a bunch of different people. Everybody invests all the time into the next level of where they want to go, whether it's their finances, whether it's their health. They have fitness coaches, they have finance coaches, they have investment coaches, they have life coaches, they have spiritual coaches, they have mentors, they have different people that they go to. They're not doing everything on their own, right? I posted the other day, stop using your income to spend money on yourself and use your income to invest in yourself. And if you're ready to invest in your financial future, definitely click the link bit.ly/thefinancialreset and get into the program. Enrollment ends March 1st. We go over budgeting, over financial vision. We go over how to build savings and leave it there, right? We ain't gonna talk about that because oftentimes we can put a little money in savings, but leaving it there is the issue, right? Then we talk about rebuilding your credit, debt repayment, and also how to protect your financial progress with insurance. We go through all of that step by step, and not to mention you get financial accountability. 6 weeks of financial coaching plus ongoing accountability. You get a new accountability partner assigned to you. We do weekly check-ins, different things like that, so no one is left behind. If you have a question about what you heard in the course, if you need help filling out your worksheets, we are all in the private accountability group ready to help you, all right? So I will talk to you guys soon, and definitely rewatch this. If I went too fast for you, rewatch this over and over, take the steps down, pull that credit report, get those debts paid off. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.